Hello everyone, 4.7 is now in the public PTU Wave 1. CRG rolled back some of the armor threshold values. This means with Wave 1, big ships can now easily get destroyed by light fighters again. Obviously, this is just Wave 1, this might not go to life like this, and there will be a lot of changes in the many years to come. Here we have again Olakin's fantastic website, Stasis and Ships Performances Viewer. Link to this is my first pinned comment below. Let's take a look at the changes to armor threshold damage. Hull, armor damage deflection threshold. You can see physical ballistic weapons orange, laser energy weapons red. There's no armor threshold for distortion damage. Only physical, only laser. I would like to inform you how this is supposed to work, how I understand this. If I'm wrong, please leave a comment. All weapons still do shield damage and ballistic weapons are still penetrating shields to a certain degree. Let's say you're using energy guns and you want to destroy a starfarer. 56 armor damage deflection threshold. Here we have size 3 guns, you sort by alpha damage energy. Basically the damage one energy bullet does. Energy weapons are not bypassing shields, so you have to shoot the shields down first. The ship might have resistance to energy damage, you have to take this into account. Value was 56, this means pentalaser repeaters at 43.7 cannot damage a starfarer anymore if this goes to life. However, right now you can still destroy turrets. I guess those are not armored for whatever reason. I guess it's an oversight. And if the turret is destroyed, any extra damage is bleeding through the hull. Yeah, this must be a bug, an oversight. Hopefully CRG will fix this, while for example NDB30 repeaters, attrition repeaters, Omnisky cannons are way above the threshold, so those weapons can still damage a starfarer. Let's sort by lowest to highest. I will go through the list and I will talk about things I find strange. Crackhead PTV has no armor damage threshold, which of course makes sense. It's just a small buggy. Then we have lots of ships with 4 physical and 3 energy damage threshold. By the way, for some strange reasons, Stalker is in this group, which doesn't make sense. More about this soon. But for the most part, those are just small ships. And of course, errors are to be expected, and those values will change again in the future. Pisces 5.2, okay. Mira Fury 5.3. Ballista, Centurion, Spartan, Nox 6.3. Okay, Nox seems rather high. Hovercord, Crackhead MTC, Rock. Isn't Crackhead MTC to be well armored? Seems lowish. I mean on the same level as a Rock. Then we have Auroras, Lynx, Ursa, Cyclones, Avenger Titan, Renegade and Warlock 8.5, while Avenger Stalker only has 4.3. So this is most likely an oversight, an error. Buccaneer, Cutter, Misk Fortune, 8 ballistic, 6 energy. Yeah, those are still all very low values. Scorpius and Scorpius TS, aka Antares, very low values, only 8.5. Yeah, Scorpius is listed as a heavy fighter in the same league as a Cutter, Titan, I guess an oversight. Argo SRV, Nomad, Talons, Schiff. Schiff seems low, only 9.5. Salvation 9.5, okay. Cartual, Clipper, Wolf 10.6. Yeah, Wolf having better armor thresholds against physical and energy weapons than a Scorpius makes no sense to me. Reliance, 85X, Eclipse, Gladius variants, Error, Hawk, Crusader A1 and C1, Intrepid, Plate, Sulin, Tampril, Nova and Storm. Nova seems very low. Nova is a tank. If there's one ship, one vehicle in a game that really should have good armor, it's a tank, but no. Drake Herald, Drake Golem. Yeah, a Golem has much better armor than a Scorpius. Okay, makes no sense to me. Hull E, Prospector, Firebirds, Raven, Raft, Cutlass Steel, Mantis, Cutlass Black, Blue and Red, better values than Steel. Yes, Cutlass Steel is a meme dropship, still seems strange to me. 400i, way low. At the same level than the Cutlass Black. Okay, this is way too low. S-Guard, very low too. Santokai, Defender, Freelancers, Saber, Comet, Glaive, Meteor, Vandal Scythe, and we have all the Hornets. And no difference between a Super Hornet and a basic Mark I and Mark II Hornet seems strange to me too. Lightning, Hurricane, Crusader R is an iron, way too low in my book. Gladiator, okay. Prowler Utility, Mole and Moth, very high values for some industrial ships, seems strange to me too. Apollo Medivac, Triage and Hermes, HS Hoplite, Drake Corsair, Terrapin, Valkyrie. Yeah, Valkyrie has a much higher value than an Asgard. Valkyrie 5024. Asgard only 2010. Yeah, Valkyrie has more than double the values for ballistic and energy. You cannot even say, yeah, it's a dropship. A dropship should be well protected because CRG doesn't give any damn about a Cutlass Steel. Cutlass Steel has worse values than a Cutlass Black. Asgard, a heavily armored vehicle dropship. So why is she so much worse than a Valkyrie? It almost looks to me like different people worked on this and they didn't talk to each other. Sad thing is, this might be the truth. But hopefully CRG will address those issues in the future. Harbinger, Sentinel Warden, higher values than Hoplite. Hoplite is a dropship too. Are dropships worse than standard ships? But why is Valkyrie so heavily armored then? Whenever it comes to CRG, I miss any signs of consistency. Yes, it's just a PTU build, but we are near 14, CRG is at over $1 billion in funding. I expect a bit more than just rolling dice or having random numbers. Stinger, Retaliator, Mercury Star Runner, Andromeda, Aquila, Phoenix and Taurus have now the same value. Redeemer, Guardians, Zeus, Paladin, Drake Caterpillar, Misk High Sea, Misk Starfarer, Gemini. Misk Starfarer and Gemini have exactly the same values, but Gemini was supposed to be the military version of the Starfarer, much better armored. Hopefully CRG will address this in the future. Stylizer Max and Tech. 600i got a huge boost compared to the data we had before. It makes much more sense now. Reclaimer. Crusader E2, C2 and M2 Hercules have the same value now, which is strange, because E2 and M2 are supposed to have better armor than the C2. Karak, 890 jump got a huge boost compared to the previous data, which makes sense of course. Hammerhead, very high value. Perseus, Polaris, and Idris M and P. Idris M is supposed to have better armor than P, so I guess CRG will address this too, hopefully. Again, I cannot say this often enough. This is just a PTU build. Those values might not go to life like that. And even if, there will be lots of changes in the many years to come. I like the idea of threshold damage very much. In real life, you can shoot at a battleship with a rifle caliber machine gun all day long. You won't sink it. However, there need to be adjustments and good balancing. CRG has shown in the last 12 years, balancing isn't exactly one of their strengths. Hopefully, this time it will be different. And if armor thresholds are just some numbers, why didn't CRG introduce this like 8 years ago? Why now? Is this because Maelstrom will fix everything, but Maelstrom is delayed, like all the other things? By the way, just some numbers is perfectly fine with me. I don't need armor plates that get visually damaged and I have to replace one by one. Numbers should make sense, though. And with 4.7 public PTU Wave 1, CRG already took many of the changes back. The light fighter meta is not over. Many size 3 and even size 2 guns can still damage huge ships easily. For example, energy cannons and NDB-30. Unfortunately, NDB-30 are loot only. You cannot buy those guns in the shops, something I really dislike. CRG is locking standard loot, like for example NDB30, behind PvP content. In the past we could buy NDB30 in the shops. I want to see if we get a new patch today. If not, there will be tests tomorrow. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye. Auf Wiedersehen. Okay. I want to try again. Taking helmet off and look, that's us. Sometimes this game is a horror game. Okay, let's take the helmet off. Okay. It's Halloween. Okay, that's too good. And helmet back on. Hey, you're still here. You might want to join me on Twitter or on Blue Sky.